So, good morning. So, first of all, happy Sunday. Okay. So, welcome to Durgasoft online training. So, let me introduce myself for a few minutes. So, I'm K. Prakash Babu, technical trainer in Durgasoft with experience 12 years in various technologies like web technologies, UI technologies, okay, Python, core Java, advanced Java. Okay. So, in this, I have almost 12 years of experience. So today we are going to introduce a new course for you people, which is nothing but the core and advanced Python. Core and advanced Python. So in this core and advanced Python, what is the duration of the course? What is the duration of the course? The course duration, yeah, please wait. Let me finish all the introduction part, all these things, then you can ask your queries. Okay, please wait. So the duration of the course is nothing but there are two categories are there, sir. One is nothing but regular batches. Another one is nothing but weekend batches. Okay. So for the regular batch, the course duration is 45 days. Within 45 days, we are going to finish this core and advanced Python. In the case of weekend batches, the duration is 5 weekends. That means these classes will be only on Saturday and Sunday. These classes will be only on Saturdays and Sundays, and these classes, so Monday to Friday. These classes will be on Monday to Friday. Okay. Then, sir, what is the timings? Timings of these sessions. So for regular batches, if you want to register for regular batches, the timings are from 7:30, sorry, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. A fresh batch is already started. Almost two demo sessions has been completed. So it is going to start from Monday. Okay. So that is nothing but 26/07/2021. That means tomorrow we are going to start a new batch. Already two demo sessions has been completed. That is the thing which we are going to cover today. And you can join into that session. Okay, if you are interested. This is the regular session. So then what about the weekend, sir? So because I am looking for weekends, weekends means only on Saturdays and Sunday. So tentatively, sir, here you can expect the same 7 a.m. to, okay, sir, 10 a.m. with 1 hour, half an hour break. Okay. So probably it is going to be started in, sir, first week of August. It will be started in first week of August. Okay. So maybe next week you can expect. Okay. So this is nothing but two batches are there. My batches, two current batches are there. In any batch you can join. So even if you want evening sessions, then sir, same in the first week of August. In the first week of August, we are planning to, okay, take a session on evening timings. But tentatively, the timing is not allotted. Okay, this is nothing but what is the course that you are going to cover, and then duration of this course and the timings. So next, coming to the syllabus. So I hope in our website already the syllabus is there. Let me open and I will show you. 1 minute. So in our website the syllabus is already available. Okay, matter of 1 minute I will show you. Yeah, please wait, all your doubts will be clarified. Please wait. So this is nothing but the syllabus. Anyway, I will share with you after completion of our session. At the end I will share with you. Okay, so have a look once. This is the syllabus which we are going to cover. So from here you can able to see Python. Okay, what subtopics are there? fundamentals, language fundamentals we are going to cover, that is in detail about Python, and then operators which are used in Python, what is meant by control flow statements, that is loops, if conditions, break, continue, all these things how you can use, and a string data structure. Okay, and a list data structure. Sir, trust me, if you see C language or Java, there are so many string handling programs are there, right? Within a short lines, not required to write kilometers of code, just within 1 or 2 lines, happily you can work with the string handling things. Okay, any program you can give, sir, in Python within fraction of seconds you can solve. Okay, that confident you can get from this Python. Then data structures, list data structure is there, tuple data structure is there, set data structure is there, dictionary. These are the 5 important data structures. Using these data structures, you can able to solve any kind of problems. Okay, all these things we are going to discuss. And functional programming, modules, packages. Sir, have you observed 100 pattern programs? Maybe in your academics you have seen these type of patterns, like sir, star, in the next line 2 stars, in the next line 3 stars, in the next line 4 stars, in the next line 5 stars, like this. Sir, you may see these type of programs in your academics. Sir, how to do these kind of programs in Python? Okay, maybe in the real time it may not work, but for thinking purpose, okay, how you can activate your brain in your programming skills, you can practice these programs. Sir, maximum we are going to discuss 100 programs on this, by taking stars, by taking numbers, alphabets, everything. Sir, then object oriented programming also we are going to cover, but anyway here we divided into 4 parts. At a stretch we are going to discuss these. Oops, object oriented programming. Then how you can handle runtime exceptions. Okay, what is mean by file handling, how you can interact with the files, creating files, writing information to the file, reading information, what is mean by multi-threading, how you can execute more than one thread simultaneously, how you can communicate with the database. So regular expression and web scraping, decorator functions, generator functions, assertions, how to create log files, all these things. Sir, this is nothing but syllabus. So in addition to this, I will add a few more concepts also based on our requirement. Okay, sir, now I will explain what syllabus I am going to cover. So I divided into multiple parts. So in the first part, sir, you can expect fundamentals of Python, and I can use the word called scripting programming. Okay, so how you can write scripts, and what is the basics of Python, loops, everything will be covered in this. In the second part, we are going to discuss about functional oriented programming, functional programming in Python. How you can create functions, what is meant by lambda function, filter function, reduce function, recursive function, how to pass the arguments, how to get the return value, all these things we are going to discuss. And in addition to this, we will cover modules and packages also. Modules means what? A collection of functions are called as a module. Packages means collection of modules is called as a package. How you can create your own module, how you can extract the data from module, how you can create your own package, how you can utilize, all these things we are going to discuss. Then in the third part, I said, right, there are some predefined modules are there. We are going to explore some predefined modules. Okay, sir, which modules you are going to cover? Very simple. Have a look once. These are the some tentative modules. Time, okay, sir, date time module, and then calendar module. Okay, sir, even there are some modules like OS, operating system module. Okay, then sir, math module, of course, our favorite. How you can perform mathematical operations, that is math module is there, system module is there. Okay, sir, numpy module. Anyway, these topics I will add later, etc. Maybe on fly, on demand, so I may add 1 or 2 modules also. So these modules I am going to explore in detail. Then after completion of this, just we are going to start object oriented programming. Object oriented programming using Python. So trust me, almost 50 topics are there. These 50 topics are very, very important, with clear explanation, and by taking some real-time examples, I will explain these object oriented principles for you people. Then It is a kind of programming technique, that's all. Then in the fifth part, storage areas. Storage areas, like, sir, where you can store your information. Generally we will store the information in the files and databases, right? Generally, if the data is unformatted data, you can store your information into the files. If the data is a formatted data, then you can store your information into database. I will show you one simple example program. Okay, maybe in the last session I covered one program, like 1 minute. Yeah, so factorials program. I prepared a program for this. So I prepared a program to calculate a factorial of the numbers starting from, sir, 0 to 100. 0 to 100. All these factorial numbers I stored in a file. So that is nothing but how you can create file, how you can write the information, all these things. Anyway, I will explain. Then this is nothing but about the storage areas, how you can store formatted input and unformatted input, how you can store. Then, sir, sixth part. So it is not there in your syllabus, but anyway, I am going to cover for you people. MySQL. So better first I will write SQL, structure query language. So in that, I am going to explain MySQL, and using this MySQL, PDBC I am going to cover. PDBC means what? Python database connectivity. So how my Python is going to communicate with MySQL database. So we will write a program which will read the data from client, that is user, and the same information it is going to write into the database, like student reports or employee reports, like this, anything. So how you are going to prepare that program, that thing also we are going to explain. Then, sir, in the seventh part, we have some programming concepts are there, programming level concepts. So programming level concepts means, so something like we have exceptions, how you can handle the exceptions, multi-threading, that is the threads, okay, and regular expressions, okay, logging mechanism, etc. There are a number of programming level features are there. All these things we are going to explain in this session. Okay, then, sir, after completion of this, okay, sir, I want to introduce one small thing, which is nothing but Python GUI tools. GUI tools. GUI tools means Tkinter. Tkinter tool I am going to explain. That is how to develop a graphical user interface. For example, if you see calculator application, we have a calculator application like this. So in the same pattern, I want to define my own calculator, a standalone application I want to develop with these buttons, okay, with these text areas, with these functionalities. Is it possible or not possible? Yes, happily we can do that. And even you can add events. Suppose if you take 1 plus 5, if you click on equal to, you can get 6 as a result. Like this we can do a Python program, which is nothing but standard desktop application. Yes, happily we can do that by using this Tkinter. Sir, if you want, I will show you one small program. Okay, so where it is going to, I mean, how the Tkinter is going to work. 1 minute. Maybe it is not available here. Okay, so it may not be available. Okay, I will show you. Don't worry. We have one calculator program is there. I will execute this calculator program. So how you can run Python programming? There is one command is there called py. So py calculator.py. So this calculator program was developed by one of my student. Simple calculator. Okay. So you can see here. So 7 sir star 2 is equal to what answer they are getting? 14. So like this, they developed a simple calculator. Okay. So using our Tkinter module, I explained Tkinter by taking 2 or 3 days. The student developed this project. Okay, like this, even we will explain how you can design these kind of projects. Okay, 1 or 2 projects, not that much level. Okay, then sir, part number 9 here. Sir, I'm going to give introduction to, okay, data science libraries. So there are some beautiful libraries are there, like NumPy, okay, and Pandas, okay, and Matplotlib. Like this, we have some predefined libraries are there. Sir, you can expect almost 2 to 3 days to explore this NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. I am not going to cover all the topics, but minimum some 5 to 6 functions I am going to explain in each and everything. Okay, how you can visualize your text, how you can perform some basic operations, all these things I will explain. Okay, so for this real-time examples also I will explain, sir. Then sir, part 10. So at the end, I'm going to cover for Selenium purpose, so Python testing, how you can do Python testing. So in this case also, I'm not going to deal in detail, just the basics of Python testing, how you can do that part also I'm going to explain. This is nothing but my pattern of explaining the subject to the student. These are nothing but whatever we are going to cover in this course. Okay, you can join in the regular batch or weekend batch. This complete syllabus we are going to finish. Of course, the same things are there in even in our website also, but some additionally added features are there. So do you know Python testing? It is not there. I didn't explain these for my previous batches. So currently some 2 to 3 batches are there. For that I am introducing this testing. Okay, so this is nothing but what is our tentative syllabus. So here, yes, happily whatever doubts you have now, you can ask, please go ahead. Use chat window for communication purpose. Whatever doubts you are getting, yes, please post it on chat window. We will address for those doubts and then we will continue. Yes, any difference in the syllabus in weekend or weekday? No, no, both will be covered. Same syllabus only for weekday and weekend, both syllabus are same. Okay, yeah, any other queries, please? So here weekday means okay, you can get 1 hour per day, right? So 5 days, 5 hours. That 5 hours will be covered on Saturdays and Sundays. That's all, nothing more than that. No, 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 no. So those things won't be covered. All frameworks won't be covered. Just basics of testing. That's all. No, no, no. That thing won't be covered here. You need to do separate frameworks for that. Just we are giving basics of Python. That's all. Not in detail. Okay. Possible timings for evening batch, it is not yet confirmed. So maybe 4 to 5. Okay, or you can expect from 5 to 6. Yeah, for data structures and algorithms also we are going to use Python. Sure. Yeah, I don't have that idea. Clear up to this? Any other queries? Yes, please. Yeah, we can use, but even with less amount of time, you can do the Python programs with same efficiency. Sure. But fundamentally everything is written in C language only, because C language is having more performance, right? With respect to the programming, C is having more performance. That's why majority of the coding things are written in C language only. So maximum you can expect 20 to 30% of Python is completely written in C only, even in Java also. Okay. Yeah, Archana, basics of Python, complete core and advanced Python. You can become expert in Python program. Then continuation will be there. If you want to move to the Selenium or testing area, then you need to do some separate course. If you want to enter into the data science or artificial intelligence, machine learning like that, so you have to move to the separate platform. Okay. So if you want to do any frameworks, any gaming technologies, you need to move for another frameworks like this. But for all those things, basics of Python is compulsory. That thing we are going to cover here. Nothing but a programming language. We are giving programming language, Python programming. Archana, clear? Yeah, Pooja. Yes, Python is having a good background. Okay. So because nowadays some companies are moving towards Python also, their projects. We won't cover JSON, but if time permits, definitely I will. Okay, if majority of the students are having interest towards JSON, definitely I will take 1 or 2 hours to cover JSON. No problem. Okay. Yeah, Python is very trending now, right? Yeah. So hope all your doubts got clarified. Yeah. Sir, next thing. So here, sir, everything is okay for me. Okay. But what additional benefit that I am going to get from your course? Once if I registered for your class, what extra benefits that I am going to get? Very simple, sir. Here there are some benefits that you are going to get. That is advantages. So what is the first advantage is, sir, first of all, clear explanation will be there for every topic. Okay, then. So do you know every session is going to be recorded? Every session is going to be recorded. Those recorded sessions will be provided for you with 7 months access. These are not downloadable videos. You can play and you can listen. So up to how many months you can able to get the access? 7 months. Okay. Then, sir, next running notes. Running notes will be given for you people. Okay, running notes is it's a lifetime access. Okay, sir, you are going to get both the text and PDF format. You can get both the text and then PDF format. PDF format, after completion of course, we are going to send the text file. Every class it is going to be updated, right? That part you can able to get from the Google Drive link. Okay, so I will show you the previous batch running notes. Previous batch running notes, maybe 6 p.m. batch is there, just matter of 2 minutes. So this is nothing but the running notes of 6 p.m. batch. Every point by point I will type with my own hands. Okay, so that you people can feel comfortable. Okay, so here you can see everything I will type manually. Sometimes program copy paste also will be there. That is output we are going to copy paste. So to get clarity which program is having which output. Okay, so everything will be covered in this case. Like this, in detail explanation will be given on every topic. Okay. Yeah, this is nothing but just previous batch programs, previous batch running notes. Okay, so date wise we will put a topic name, what topics we are going to cover. Like this, in detail explanation will be given for every topic. So I said, right, morning one batch started. So this is nothing but a morning batch running notes. So almost we started only few things. Just I have given introduction to the programming. That's all, nothing more than that. So introduction to Python, we are going to start on Monday. Anyway, just I covered only history and official website of Python. So again, we are going to start these things on Monday. Okay. So this is nothing but how we are going to get the running nodes. I will share with Google Drive. Okay. This is nothing but one benefit. Sir, next thing, what you can expect from my side is, sir, multiple choice questions will be covered. So topmost MNC multiple choice questions and even certification questions, I have a huge database is there. From that, you can able to get the concepts. I mean, what once if the topic is completed, related queries I can post. Okay. So from that, you can clarify your doubts. Okay. You can analyze the what is thing going on that multiple choice questions, all these things. Then sir, even interview questions at the end of the course, sir, you can expect 200 interview questions along with clear explanation. Maybe whatever topics we covered on that interview questions will be there. Okay. Then after that, very important, sir, there are some students who are asking always like this. What is their question is, sir, I am good at, okay, I'm good at programming, I'm good at programming. Okay. So I know theory concepts very well. Okay. So I can analyze. Okay. I know theory concepts very well, sir, but I am unable to do the program. I am unable to do the programming, that is coding challenges I am unable to do. Sir, for that, this new concept I introduced, which is nothing but coding challenges. Okay. Sir, I hope some people may know about this HackerRank website. Sir, I have given some programs. So 200 programs are there in this HackerRank website. So I created those programs for your practice purpose. Once if the topic is completed, I'm going to assign a separate link for you people. So in that link, you can open and you can practice the programs. 1 minute, I will show you how that link is going to work. Okay. So 1 minute. Yeah, so you can able to see on my screen. Okay, here you can see. So Python by Prakash sir 901, it is nothing but a link which I shared for you people. I mean, which I shared for previous batch. Sir, once if we enter into the contest, sir, it is going to display like this. Okay, these are nothing but the challenges. See how many challenges are there. Just for that batch, I added only few challenges. Almost 20 programs are there. They need to solve these challenges and they can check the leaderboard position. So if you open leaderboard position, sir, who solved these challenges? Every program is having one point. Okay, every program is having one point. Sir, out of 20, so this few people got 20 out of 20 and remaining 19.67. Sir, what is this 0.67? Because I will explain, there are some test cases will be there. Some test cases may pass, some test cases may not. Okay, like that. So almost every student is doing this. I will explain the very first or two programs, how you can solve. Sir, have a look once. I will take one program called seventh program. Yeah, you can see program to find the biggest of three numbers. Okay, maybe it is not covered for you, that's why let me take very first program. So write a Python program to print a welcome message on the screen. So we need to write a Python program to print a welcome message on the screen. Sir, how you can write the program? Just for your understanding purpose, I am telling. So it is a scripting language, right? Sir, simply you can write print of welcome. That's all. Main method. Okay. So class, all these things are not required. Just if you execute this program, automatically you can get a welcome message on your output screen. This is a thing we have to do here. So there is no input for the program and there is no output because the first program, right? Nothing will be there. Welcome, I am going to print. So here you have to type the program. So print off, just we need to take hello. But actually our intention is welcome, right? Let me take hello and then let me run the code. Actually speaking, there is no error in the program. We don't have any error, but test case is not passed because your output is hello, expected output is welcome, wrong answer. Now you have to change this content. Now run the code. What will happen? You can see. So we are getting green tick mark. Congratulations. You passed the sample test case. So click submit button to run the same program with remaining test cases. Now you have to submit your program. Once if you submit, remaining test cases will be verified. So here what test cases are there? Two test cases I provided. Now the status is nothing but it is accepted, the program is accepted, and whatever score I got is nothing but 1 point. Like this you can solve remaining programs also. So it is completely based on my coverage of syllabus. Okay, so program to find biggest of four numbers, maybe you can expect five numbers. Yeah, see here program to check whether given number is even or odd. Okay, so we have to write a program. So see sample test cases, they have given 7 and they are expecting answer as a odd. Okay, because it is an odd number, right sir? Then so we have given 8 and we got a message as even number. Like this, sir, I want to write the program. How you can do? N is equal to int of input. Okay, int of input. So I am reading one number. Next, we have to check whether it is even or odd, right? Sir, you can do this job multiple time, multiple ways. So the first one is nothing but I'm printing even if n percentage 2 is equal to 0. Else, can you please print odd? Like this we can take. Sir, all these things I will explain. Don't get confused. This is nothing but a simple. Sir, see how beautiful it is. So I'm going to print the message called even when if the condition is true. Arey boss, my condition is a false. Better to print this statement. This is called as a conditional operator. Maybe if you are coming from the previous programming background, so you may know this concept. Okay, like this we can do. So let me run this code. Really it is executing or not? We need to check, right? Yes. Two test cases they have given. Two test cases are passed. Now let me submit the code. Sir, how many test cases I have given? 5 test cases. Yes, these 5 test cases also passed. Sir, like this, we have n number of programs are there, but depends on the topic, I may add. See last program. So Python program to calculate factorial of the given number. Boss, you need to calculate factorial of the given number. If the number is 0, then you have to print the message called 0. Else, if it is a negative, then you have to print error. Otherwise, print the result. That means 3 cases are there. If the input is 0, you have to print 0. Okay, if the input is negative, then you have to print error. Otherwise, you have to print factorial. Have a look once. Sir, 0. What answer you have to get? 0. 1 I am giving. 1 is the answer. Minus 7 I am giving. What answer you have to get? Error. Like this, you have to prepare the program. Okay, so this is nothing but how I am going to provide you hacker rank challenges. Using that hacker rank challenges, you can able to solve the programs. Okay, so these things I won't explain in the classes. I will share the link. You have to practice. Even you can work on your mobile also. So if you are getting any query, then we will discuss that thing in the next sessions. Okay, sir, hope up to this, if you are having any queries, yes, please. Students, yes, please. Up to this, if you are having any queries, yes, please post it on chat window. If no queries, please acknowledge me. So just I have given what is the syllabus, what batches are there, my current running batches. Okay, and what syllabus I am going to explain, and what benefits you are going to get once if you register for my course. Any doubts up to this? Yes, please. Please use chat window for communication. At present, not. Okay, maybe. What is your preferable timings? Okay, I will let you know. Okay. Yeah, if possible, we will plan accordingly. Okay. Bharat, core and advanced Python, both will be covered. Bharat, core and advanced, both are going to be finished. Okay. Any other queries? Yes, please. Kishore, you can clear this exam. You can clear certification exams also. With this knowledge, you can able to clear. But additionally, you have to put some effort. No frameworks is included, Bharat. We are not covering any frameworks. Okay. Okay. No, Kishore, not. So if any company is hiring, if it is in our hand, just we will give the information. That's all. We are concentrating only on training. Archana, the batch is already started. 2 or 3 demo sessions has been completed, and it is going to continue from tomorrow, from 7 a.m. Archana, morning 7 a.m. So Bharat, if you miss the session, these recording sessions will be there in your mail. But you can't download, you can able to view, you can able to listen any number of times with 7 months access. Clear, Bharat? Yes, very good. So let me start our, yeah. So let me start our first topic. Okay, just anyway, I will give the first topic and then I will wind up. So if interested, yes, you can join. Okay. So what is our first chapter that we are going to discuss? Chapter number 1. The title of the topic is nothing but Introduction to Programming. Introduction to Programming. Sir, what is mean by programming? Why we need to go for programming? So I'm not going to start any Python or Java like that. Just giving introduction. Sir, do you know? First in this, the first topic is nothing but language. Second topic is nothing but programming language. Third topic is nothing but just I want to explain types of programming languages which are available. Then fourth topic which we have is translators. Translators which we have. Then, sir, we are going to discuss about compiler versus interpreter. Maybe you know about these tools, right? Sir, then, so example program for compiler and interpreter. So how it is going to work with example, I am going to explain. This is nothing but our first chapter. That is nothing but introduction to the programming. In this, let me start the first one, language. Sir, what is mean by language? Every time you can able to see this word called language. Sir, very simple. The first point itself, it is a communication medium, sir. It is a communication medium. Okay, medium, or we can use it as a communication channel. Okay, so it is a communication medium or it is a communication channel. So communication medium means, for example, you can see if I'm giving some information for you people, you can able to listen whatever I'm going to explain for you people. So it is nothing but a kind of communication, right? So happily you can communicate with me by using some language like English, Telugu, Tamil, etc. Okay, sir, in the same way, we have different kind of languages are there using which we are going to communicate in the regular activities. So I can use the word called person to person communication is also possible by using which languages, sir? Generally English, sir, sometimes Hindi, okay, so sometimes Telugu, okay, sometimes Tamil, etc. By using these languages, a person can communicate with another person. Sir, similarly, mission to mission communication is also possible, right? A mission can communicate with another mission by exchanging the information. So how they are going to exchange? Sir, very simple. Mission to mission communication is possible by using one special language called a binary language, or we can use the word called mission language. Here, the instructions are in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, sir, we can write the instructions in the form of zeros and ones for communication between two missions. Sir, my laptop and my mobile can communicate with each other by exchanging the information in the form of zeros and ones. This type of conversion, this type of communication is called as mission to mission. In these two aspects, either first one, that is person to person communication, mission to mission communication, we need a communication medium, or we need a channel to communicate with each other. That is nothing but language. Then programming language. Sir, language is okay, I don't have any problem. What is meant by programming language? Why we need to learn programming language? Sir, here first I told person to person communication, right? Person to person. Sir, in the case of person to person communication, we don't have any issues. Let me take one simple example, one simple diagram I am going to explain for you people. Listen a bit carefully. Suppose consider, sir, I have one person is there. Sir, assume I have one person is there. Okay. Sir, I am not perfect in drawing. Please ignore if the images are not good. So second person is there. So first person is giving some message to the second person saying hi. Immediately, the response coming from the second person is nothing but assume by. Okay, like this. So these two people have exchanged their messages. So in this case, is there any problem? No, because both are in the same channel. Sir, happily they can communicate with each other. In this case, we don't have any issues. Sir, second case I am explaining now. In the second case, assume my mobile is there. My mobile is there. My mobile wants to dump the data in my system. So full memory is there in my mobile. That's why I want to copy some images. Okay, sir, happily they can communicate by using which language? Binary language. Okay, so they can use a binary language for communication purpose. Using this binary language, those two missions can communicate with each other, so without any problem. Yes, in this case also we don't have any issues. But sir, there is one third case is there. What is that case? Is nothing but assume, sir, here I have a human being is there, a person is there. This person wants to send some message to the mission, sir, like hello. Okay, this first person wants to send a message called hello, like this. Then, sir, the response which this person is expecting is nothing but, sir, hi. So from where? From the mission, from the electronic device they are expecting. But here the problem is, whatever information you are giving directly, if you send to the mission, it can't understand. Definitely, sir, you have to decode that. You have to decode that into zeros and ones. And similarly, the mission which is giving response, it should be in the form of zeros and ones. Then only, sir, these two missions can communicate with happily. Okay, sir, for this requirement, they need some kind of a special tool. They need some kind of a special tool. Using this tool only, they can able to communicate with each other. Sir, what is that tool? Which tool we are going to use? Sir, very simple. Have a look once. Here, the tool used is nothing but PL. PL stands for programming language. Sir, using this programming language only, these communication is very helpful. Suppose here consider the mission is sending some instruction. Someone is going to do conversion process. So that means hello will be converted into zeros and ones format. Then only happily they can communicate with each other. So this type of communication is nothing but possible. So here, what is this specialty? What is this translator? What is this is called as a programming language? So person to person, we don't have any issues. No issues are there. Sir, even if you take mission to mission, okay, in this case also, we don't have any issues. No issues are there. Sir, but the third one, I want to communicate with mission, person to mission communication, sir, is very dangerous, very dangerous. Yes, a bigger problem we are going to face. A bigger problem we are going to face. Sir, to solve that problem, they are going for programming language. Programming language. Sir, what is mean by programming language? So programming language is a software. It is a software which converts human readable code into, okay, human readable code into mission understandable code. Human readable code into mission understandable code. Sir, even the programming language is a translator. Translator, so which converts our program into mission understandable code. Okay, sir, even we can say a programming language is a translator, sir, which acts as an interface between, okay, so person and mission. Happily, a person and mission can communicate with each other by using this programming language. Sir, how many types of programming languages are there? Types of programming languages. How many types of programming languages are there? There are three types of programming languages are there. One is nothing but low level programming language. Okay. So second one is nothing but high level programming languages. Next one is nothing but middle level programming languages are there. So what is mean by low level programming languages? Very simple. The languages which came in the beginning days, and most probably, sir, they are going to communicate with the mission by using some binary codes, mnemonics. Okay. So everything we have to take care. Programmer has to take care of these low level languages. But in the case of high level, sir, assistance will be there. Assistance will be there, like sir, if I want to communicate with my mission, what is your job, you can able to do that job. Rest of the things our programming language will take. So best example, Python, Java, etc. These are nothing but the best example. Sir, middle level programming language, low level, let me explain. So C language, C++, okay, these are nothing but examples for low level. So even in the case of high level, C also comes under high level programming, because there is one concept is there called pointers. If you are using pointers, then it comes under low level. If you are not using pointers, then it comes under high level. Middle level, C is middle level programming language, because the instructions which are there in the C language is both low level and high level. Mixed instruction will be there. That's why, sir, once if you learn C, then happily you can move to any environment, like high level environment you can go, low level environment also you can able to see. Okay, so this is nothing but the types of programming languages which we have. Anyway, in detail about these types of programming languages, we will cover further. Okay, sir, please confirm up to this. Do you have any doubts? Yes, please. I request everyone to respond. Any doubts up to this? Please. Yeah. Yeah. So this is about today's session. Okay. So already some batches are going on. I told already. Okay. So if you are having any interest towards this Python course, yes, please register for these courses. Okay. So all my previous videos, that is my classes are already there. Okay. In the YouTube, just I'm going to share that in our chat window. You can able to see that. Okay. And before ending the session, just I want to give some programs, one or two programs I will explain on Python, how you can do that. Okay. So how you can practice the programs, maybe some 5 to 6 programs I will explain. So program to generate OTP. OTP means what you know very well, right? One time password. Sir, I want to write a program to generate one time password. How you can do that? Very simple, very simple. Have a look once how Python is going to write a program for that. So test.py. So here there is one special module is there with the name random module is there. In this random module we have a special function is there called rand int, which will take two arguments. So 4-digit OTP number means you have to take 1000 as a first value and 4 nines as a second value. Now it is going to select a random integer in between these two numbers. So how you can generate by using a function called randint, which is present in which module? Random module. Sir, once if you run this program, sir, happily you can able to get random numbers. Now have a look once. So py space test.py I'm giving. So the answer is nothing. 1 minute. 1 minute. It is there where, let me save this in Python folder. Yeah. Now you can able to run. Sir, you can see 4915 is nothing but one random. Second time you may not get the same value. Okay. So OTPs means like that only, right? Every time it is going to change. So even if you want, you can give some time limit for this. Sir, maybe, sir, it is going to valid up to 10 seconds. Once if the 10 seconds got completed, then you can able to remove. Then you can able to assign. Okay. Sir, have a look once. I will write that program also. Just a matter of 1 minute. Okay, so I will write like this: program to validate, okay, to validate OTP given, to validate the OTP given by the user. So what the thing I am going to do here, just have a look once so that you can get some confident. Sir, whatever random number which I generated, sir, I am going to copy into some special variable called x. Okay, then I am printing that x to the user. Okay, generated OTP is nothing but so I am going to print that OTP to the user. Maybe this is for our understanding purpose I am taking. Generally, sir, we have to send this OTP, this X value, to mail ID or to mobile number This is the general activity which we are going to do. But in this case, just for demo purpose, I'm sharing with directly on the screen. Sir, then I'm going to ask the user. Okay, I'm going to ask the user to enter the OTP. Okay, so maybe assume y is equal to, so input of because it is the integer, right? So int of input of enter OTP like this I am asking. So once if the data is entered, sir, we have to verify x is double equal to y. That means if the value of x and value of y both are equal, then I am printing valid OTP. Else I am printing invalid OTP. Like this I am doing. Have a look once. So first I am giving 4334 because that is the generated OTP, right? Valid OTP. Sir, next I am giving, so 4334 invalid OTP. Sir, even if you want, you can give time limit also. Suppose assume after this OTP got generated, okay, what I will do is, so I am going to take time dot sleep of sir, maybe 4 seconds. 4 seconds. Okay, within 4 seconds you have to enter the data. Otherwise we are going to assign, okay, some other value for that, and it is going to be invalid. It is going to be invalid. Okay, so like that, if you want, you can give time limit also. Yes, it is possible, but as of now I'm not going to execute this program as a separate random module. I will explain. Okay, then sir, program to find factorial of the given number. Factorial of the given number. Sir, is it possible? Yes. So no need to write any logical code because predefined modules are there. Using those predefined modules, you can able to write. Sir, import math module is there. In that math module, we have a special function is there called factorial. So factorial of 5. Just immediately, it is going to return factorial of 5. For any number, you can say, sir. For example, if you are taking 100 also, 100 factorial it is going to print. So don't get confused by seeing this number. It is not a multiple numbers. It is a single number, which is nothing but a factorial of 100. So in the old programming languages like C, C++, Java, we have one special topic is there called data types. You can able to restrict. So this is my minimum value. This is my maximum value. Like that we can. But here we can't do such type of things. Range concept is not there. Happily, you can store any value, no issues at all. This is nothing but what we have. So like this also, we can able to find factorial of the given number. Next, sir, I want to write a program. Okay, sir, to print. Okay, to print. Okay, or to check whether the given year is leap year or not. Sir, I want to write a program to check whether the given year is leap year or not. Sir, how you can do that? Sir, very simple. Have a look once. No need to take a big program. Just you can import calendar module. In that calendar module, we have a special function is there called is leap. Okay, sir, 2020 is leap year or not? Yes, it is the leap year. We will get to true. Similarly, sir, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. Sir, 21 is not a leap year. We will get false. 22 is also not a leap year. We will get false. 23 is also not leap year. We will get false. Sir, what is that true or false you are writing before that hash? It is something like comments. Everything I will explain. Don't worry. Have a look once. First one is a true, last one is a true, remaining all are nothing but false. So like this, you can able to check whether the given year is leap year or not by using this program. Then, sir, I want to write a program, okay, to reverse the given string or okay, a number. Sir, you have to accept a number and you have to calculate reverse of this number. Sir, is there any chance? Yes, happily we can do that. So how you can do that? Very simple. Just have a look once. Okay, so I'm going to write a small program on this. Suppose consider my string is equal to Prakash is there. If you print original string, that is nothing but yes, we will get the original string as it is, whatever you have given. Sir, I want to generate reverse of this string. So reverse of string, how you can calculate? S of colon minus 1. This is called as something like a slice operation. Slice means you can able to cut the species. Okay, sir, how you can remove the data? I mean, how you can perform this slicing operation? So I will explain in the strings. I said already, right? Strings is the biggest advantage which we have, okay, in Python. Using that, sir, happily we can write. Okay, so using that, happily we can calculate reverse of the given string. Sir, it not only work for string, even, sir, it is going to work for numbers also. It is going to work for numbers also, because in Python everything is treated as an object. That's why, sir, happily you can run this program. It will work for strings also, I mean numbers also. Let me check. Sir, here I'm going to run this program. So the given string is nothing but, Okay, the given string is nothing but, so Prakash, reversed string we got, right? So how you got that reversed string? So by taking first character as a last character, last character as a first character, like this we got. Okay, sir, hope you got clarity about these things. Sir, do you have any doubts up to these programs whatever I covered? Do you have any doubts? Please confirm. Yes, please. If you are having any queries, yes, you can post it on chat window, please. Yes, please, you can ask. Yeah, that is nothing but something like, yeah, it is called as square brackets. If you want to access any strings, then we have to use that square brackets. I will explain later, don't worry. And that colon is nothing but indentation. Indentation. Yeah, I will explain, don't worry. Okay. Yeah. Sir, next with one small example program, I'm going to close. I told already I'm going to cover some kind of matplotlib, right? Just one small visualization program I'm going to do. Okay. Sir, have a look once. Import. Okay. So matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT. These are things, everything I will explain. Don't worry, Anna. Okay. So now I want to take a NumPy also. Import NumPy as NP. So by using these two, just have a look once. I'm going to take one array np dot arrange of, so a range. So I want to generate the values from 1 to 11. So that means we are going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 10 we will get. Similarly, B is equal to, I am taking A double star of 2. That means power operator, which will calculate 1 square 1, okay, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, okay. So next 4 square 16, so 5 square 25, like this it is going to generate. Sir, using this, just I am going to draw a plot. That means just a graph I am going to draw like this. Visualization, data visualization, how the X is going, okay. So what values are there? All these things I am going to explain. Sir, how you have to draw this? Very simple. Just there is one special function is there called plt dot plot of a comma b, then plt dot show. That's all. That's all. Sir, let me run this code. You can able to see visualization representation of the code which I have written. Yes, this is nothing but a diagram, sir, where you can see this is nothing but x-axis, this is nothing but y-axis. So what values are there and how it is plotted. Okay, like this you can able to draw the diagrams. Even if you want, you can take one more function and you can able to plot. So all these things I will explain in this one. Okay, I covered something, right? Introduction to the data science libraries. There I will explain. Okay, so this is nothing but about today's session. Sir, you can practice. I mean, you can able to, okay, listen my previous classes, which is there in the chart window. I posted the YouTube link, so where every topic is covered, that is introduction. So these are the timings currently which we have. So the duration and then the batches which are currently running. Okay. So tomorrow at 7 a.m. we have a batch, fresh batch. Already some introduction topic has been completed. That links also I shared, okay, with you people. So tomorrow immediately you can join, okay, at 7 a.m. batch. Or sir, I want a weekend, no problem. Next week, next coming Saturday, you can able to expect my weekend batch, that is on 31st, probably 31st or 1st. Okay, at 7 a.m. as usual. Okay, yeah, these are nothing but my classes timings, so preferably you can choose any one of these. Okay, yeah, so thank you for attending my demo session. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you so much. Yeah, you can leave the session now. Thank you, friends. Yeah, please, you can ask the queries. Yeah, please, Praveen. Yeah, you can. Archana, I will explain that things will comes under our syllabus. There I will explain clearly. Yeah. Yes, Praveen, you can post your query, please. So you are asking that double star operator, right, Praveen? That is your doubt, right? No. In Java we don't have that operator. In Python we that is nothing but a special operator. In the operators topic I will explain. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah, we have operators, some special, not only the operators which are available in Java and C language, we have some special operators are there in Python. That part I will explain, don't worry. Yeah, happily, Nagaraju, happily you can do that. For the freshers, it will be the best programming language. Okay, slowly one by one I am going to cover. Don't worry, happily you can learn. No issues. Okay. Yeah, fine. Thank you, friends.